Hello, member of my soul family. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. As always, my name is Emily the Mystic, and I am so excited to bring you a spiritual topic today that I think will really be a helpful practice for you in your life if you have not tried it already, and that is automatic writing. So I get a lot of questions on my Instagram page, Emily the Mystic. If you don't follow me, make sure you go find me on Instagram and give me a follow. But I get a lot of questions on my Instagram page from people wondering if I have trouble with meditation, how can I connect with my spirit guides? Or I really seem to struggle with connecting to my spirit guides in the meditative space. I feel blocked from it. I feel like I have trouble reaching them or discerning whether or not what's coming through is coming from me or coming from them. What do I do about that? And one of the great things that you can do in order to help facilitate the connection is by trying an automatic writing practice. This is going to be a really great tool for you to have in your spiritual toolkit when it comes to facilitating that connection with the spirit world. So whether you want to connect with your spirit guides themselves, or you want to connect with your loved ones on the other side, or perhaps you want to connect with your higher self, you can use this practice that I'm going to teach you today in order to facilitate that connection without being in meditation. Because the cool thing about automatic writing is that it puts you in the meditative brainwave states. It puts you in those deeper alpha brainwave states so that your brain can be more open and receptive to receiving information from your guides and from the spirit world. So what is automatic writing? If you're not familiar with it, automatic writing is the process of either journaling and writing by hand or even typing and writing on a computer by downloading information from a spirit source and allowing that information to flow through you. And then you're either writing it out in your journal or you're typing. I use automatic writing for my channeling practices. So if I'm channeling information for you from any of the starseed groups that I've connected with, or if I am channeling information about the collective energy, I'm doing a collective energy forecast for the month, I will use automatic writing as a practice to help me channel that information and get it out of my head and on paper. Automatic writing is also a really great alternative to meditation because sometimes when you're in the meditative state, your eyes are closed, maybe you're lying down, you're really relaxed. You may not remember everything that comes through because it's hard to pull yourself out of meditation, write it down, journal about it, and then go back into meditation. So you can really miss things if you are meditating and asking your guides questions. There, unfortunately, is no technology that can transcribe or save or even videotape our spirit guide communication, unless, of course, if we're speaking it out loud as it comes through. So automatic writing is a really great way for you to be fully conscious, fully in your body, your eyes are open, and you are channeling messages from your guides. So if you're one of those people who has trouble with meditation, I know for me, my brain removes very, very quickly. And so it can be hard for me to really get deep into meditation. A lot of my clients have ADHD. And so if that's you as well, and your brain just the way that it is, it can be all over the place, or maybe your mind is racing on 10 different things and you have really hard time tuning in and connecting. Automatic writing is a really great way to facilitate that connection and to get you into that meditative state without actually being in meditation so that you can be more open and receptive towards receiving guidance. Sometimes too, if you're really busy, like in the middle of the day and you don't want to lie down or sit down and meditate, automatic writing can be a great way to receive a blip of guidance from your spirit guides without having to fully get yourself relaxed and in meditation. So a lot of my long-term clients swear by this method, swear by using automatic writing because it helps them bridge that gap between us and our spirit guides in the spirit world, and can help you to receive guidance, advice, and help from your spirit guides. You can literally use automatic writing for everything. You can use it for asking for guidance for a specific situation in your life. You can use it for getting information from your guides about maybe breaking down and explaining a complicated spiritual topic. You can use it for brainstorming new ideas. Maybe if you're a business owner, you can use it for creating new content in your business. You can use it for channeling ideas for new business offerings, or even whatever your career is. You can use it for channeling ideas for your career, maybe creative project ideas, and can just be a really great way to allow that creative flow, those ideas, that inspiration to come through. One last reason why automatic writing is a really great practice is it helps you hone your psychic gifts of clairaudience and claircognizance. Clairaudience is your gift of clear hearing. Claircognizance is your gift of clear knowing. So the reason why that's important is because when you're in the automatic writing state, you are not necessarily going to be using your clairvoyance gift, which is the gift of psychic seeing, clear seeing. So if you have trouble with your clairvoyance, if you don't often see visuals, or you get frustrated being in meditation because you're not seeing anything, nothing that's coming through, automatic writing can help you hone your other gifts, claircognizance, clairaudience, so that you can work on those gifts and focus on those gifts if you're feeling frustrated that your clairvoyance isn't coming online yet. It eventually will, the more you practice working with your gifts, but to have another way to facilitate spirit guide connection, automatic writing is a really great way to do that. So I'm going to walk you through the process, the step-by-step of how you can do automatic writing. And then I am going to give you an exercise that we're going to do together during the course of this video. So if you don't already have one in front of you, I would encourage you to either have a piece of paper and a pen, or a clean page and a journal and a pen, or if you prefer typing, to have a clean Word doc or Google Doc in front of you. You can do either. I definitely recommend starting with handwriting if you are new to automatic writing, because it's just an easier way to facilitate the process. And then once you get comfortable with handwriting, then moving into typing, it just seems to flow. That progression seems to flow really nicely. But if you're not a handwriting person, if you type everything and you can't even read your own handwriting, then you may want to do automatic writing through typing. There's no better or worse way to do it. It just really depends on your preference. I have a lot of clients that love journaling in general with a handwritten journal. And so if that's you, you're going to love this. So get your journal and get your pen. So let's talk about how to do automatic writing. So I'm going to guide you through this process in a moment, but if you're going to be going out and doing this on your own, as with any meditative practice, you're going to want to make sure you're going to be in an area that's quiet, safe, comfortable, where you're not going to be disturbed by other people. You're not getting into meditation, but you are going to be in a meditative state. So you want to make sure that you're not going to be disturbed or worried that someone's going to come in and is going to jolt you out of your meditative state the moment that you get into it. And once you've made sure that you're in your quiet room, you're going to want to get yourself calm and relaxed. A couple of really great ways to do that are, of course, taking deep breaths in and out. You can visualize yourself breathing in white light, breathing it in deeply, and then exhaling and releasing the rest, letting the rest go. You can play some binaural beats for yourself. You just go on YouTube, search binaural beats for relaxation. And so having some relaxing music in the background can also be really good. And you just want to spend a few moments really just getting yourself calm and relaxed, clearing your mind of anything from the day, letting go and releasing any stress, and just really being present with yourself putting your phone on do not disturb and getting it away from you so that you're not focused on it and really can just be present with yourself. Again, I'm going to take you through that process so you can do it live with me. But if you're doing this on your own, you want to make sure that you get yourself just really relaxed and calm. It's going to be very hard to receive anything if you are in this, like, I'm worried about all of these different things and I'm so busy and there's so much going on during the course of my day. It's going to be hard to relax into the moment if you've got too much stuff going on. So make sure you give yourself those few minutes to relax, take some deep breaths, and be in the present moment. Then once you have gotten yourself relaxed, you're here, you've got your binaural beats on, you've got your journal in front of you or that clean Word document open, you're going to want to set the intention to call in the guide or guides that you want to work with. So if you have a specific spirit guide that you're working on cultivating a relationship with, maybe that is a specific ascended master or archangel like Archangel Michael or Mother Mary or Mary Magdalene, you can set the intention to call them in. If you're not quite there yet or don't know who you want to focus the automatic writing exercise with, you can just call in your spirit guides themselves. And if you want to connect with your higher self, maybe that feels the most comfortable for you, you can absolutely start there as well. So set the intention, I'm calling in my spirit guide team to be present with me during this automatic writing exercise. They will know, they'll receive it, they'll come in, that gives them permission to come in, right? And then once you have called your guides in, you're going to set the intention for whatever it is that you want to focus the automatic writing practice on. So if you are wanting guidance for something going on in your life, you're going to want to set that intention by writing at the top of your page or typing at the top of the Word document the thing that you want to focus on. And again, I'm going to take you through this practice in a minute so that you can do it right along with me. If you have a specific question, like I would like guidance on how to handle this relationship, or I would like guidance on how to handle my conversation with this boss, or I would like guidance on how to handle my career change or my career pivot, writing that down at the top of the page is the perfect place to get started. So you're going to write down your question, start with one thing, and then you can ask questions. Eventually, this will become a nice little back and forth process with you and your guides, where you can write a question at the top of the page, get in the meditative state, you're going to write whatever comes through, then you can ask your next question and keep it going like a back and forth, like a ping pong, going back and forth with you and your guides. But at least just to get started, you're going to want to have one question or one intention that you would like to focus on, such as what guidance do I need for this thing in my life? What do I need to know about this area of my life? What do I need to know about my life purpose? What do I need to know about my psychic gifts? Whatever you would like to focus on. Then once you've written your intention at the top of the page, you are going to take those deep breaths again, and you're going to relax your hand as much as you can. You may need to gently close your eyes for a minute. And then when you feel ready, you're just going to start writing. Your hand is going to start moving across the page. And this is not creepy, I promise you. It's just going to feel light. You're just going to start moving. You may even hear the words in your head before they come out on paper. That's totally normal. If you are more clairvoyant, you may see them in your mind, but if you don't, no worries. It just is a possibility of what may happen. Or it may just come out and you may not even know what you're writing, and you just know that you're writing something. It's very cool to me whenever I do this practice and whenever I teach my clients this practice that often your handwriting will change. And that's because your guides are working through you. They're writing through you. So your handwriting may change. You may just see some shifts in it. It may look different than normal, may be more loose, freer, scragglier than normal. And that's totally normal. All of that is normal. Typing, of course, you're not going to notice that. But I'm going to tell you in a few minutes how to recognize whether it's coming from you or if it's coming from your guides. And then finally, when you're all done, you feel like your hand isn't writing anything anymore, you feel complete, you can take a moment and you can read what you wrote and allow yourself to really process whatever the message is that came through. Very often, I notice, and here's how to tell whether it's coming from you or your guides. You will notice that the guidance that comes through is written in sentence structure or with verbiage or specific words that you would never use yourself. The language may feel a little old-fashioned, or it may just be written in a way that you would never write yourself. The sentence structure is odd or a little cryptic or just seems a little bit more mysterious than you would normally write. It's how you know it's not coming from you, it's coming from your guides. It's going to be written in a different tone of voice. You know how you speak and you know how you write. You will see with automatic writing that it comes through a little bit differently. And generally what comes through may surprise you a little bit. It may be something to the effect of, oh wow, like I never would have thought of it from this perspective, or this is really helpful, or that's really interesting that they brought that up, or this just seems different than what I would normally tell myself or my normal self-talk. That's how you know that it's coming from your spirit guides and it's not coming from you. If you tend to doubt yourself and your gifts and you just aren't fully trusting in yourself yet to channel your guides or to communicate with your spirit guides, it's going to take some practice to really facilitate that back and forth connection and really trust yourself and trust your guides and trust the information coming through. So it may not happen right off the bat. You may feel a little bit frustrated that you're not quite getting the level of depth that you want, or it's not flowing as quickly as you want it to. Don't stress. Again, the more you practice, the more this is going to feel easy to you and the more it's going to flow. And if you don't like this practice, if for whatever reason you give this a try after we do this together in a minute and you're like, this is not for me, I'm not into this wasn't easy for me, or it just didn't feel like my thing, no worries. At least you tried it and at least you gave it the opportunity. You may want to try, if you tried writing in a journal, you may want to try typing instead, or vice versa. Having a different outlet can be different for different people. Another thing that you can try that's not technically automatic writing, but that does work for some people and that does work for some of my clients, is by recording yourself speak. So instead of writing at the top of the page your question, you could turn your voice memo app on your phone on, set a recording, or you could use the camera feature and hit video record. And you could ask the question out loud, take some deep breaths, and then just start talking and record yourself talking. You may be able to channel messages through that way. With any channeled information and guidance, if the information that's coming through makes you fearful, stresses you out, makes you feel weird or off or not right, or the energy behind the message isn't right or doesn't feel good to you, then you may want to work on your discernment with working with your spirit guides. I have a whole video on that topic, so make sure you check that out, because that can really help you in making sure that you're connecting with the right beings and the right guides who have your highest and best interests in mind. But I don't want to focus on that for this video because it will totally take us off course. But you know that you are a sovereign being and you have free will, and so you don't have to follow every piece of information and guidance that comes through. But for those of you who are wanting to facilitate that connection, this can be such a great tool to have in your toolbox. All right, so we're going to do this exercise together. If you're ready, make sure you have your journal, your piece of paper, or your open Word doc in front of you. And before we begin, I want you to take a moment to think about a situation in your life or something going on in your life, an area of your life that you would like to receive guidance on. That could be guidance about your career, maybe guidance for a specific relationship, maybe how to move forward in a specific area of your life. Maybe you're moving and you want guidance about moving. So just take a moment, and for your first automatic writing exercise, if this is the first time you've tried it, pick something that doesn't have a lot of pressure on it. So let's say, for example, you currently don't have a job and you're really stressed about your job situation. You're not going to want to try this exercise for that yet, because we need to build a trust muscle first, and we need to start with some subjects that are going to have less pressure and less attached to them. So, if that is you, maybe you want to try asking about how to handle a relationship with your sister, or how to talk to a friend about something going on in your life, or how to handle something that has less pressure and that has, again, less attached to it. So, keep it simple for the first time that you do this. So, pick that area of your life now. And at the top of the page, I am going to have you, and also, by the way, make sure you select who you want to connect with. So, some options include your spirit guide team, your higher self, a specific ascended master like Goddess Isis, Aphrodite, Athena, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, any guides that you particularly work with or want to connect with. Maybe your starseed guides could be another option. So pick who you want to connect with as well, so we can really focus and set our intention on connecting with a specific energy. And at the top of the page, you're going to write Dear, 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 and then the name of the guide you want to connect with or spirit guide team. And then you're going to write, what do I need to know about blank, whatever the situation is or the question that you have. So, dear spirit guide team, what do I need to know about my next steps on my career path, as an example? Okay, so take a moment, write that down. If you need to pause this video, go ahead and do that and hit play when you're ready. And we're starting with that one question. What do I need to know about blank? All right, great. I'm going to have you keep your pen in your hand if you're using a journal, or I'm going to have you keep your hands near your keyboard if you're typing. And then when you're ready, I'm going to have you close your eyes for a moment. And with your eyes closed, on your next inhale, I'm going to have you visualize that you're breathing in white light from all directions. So breathing that white light deeply, filling your lungs, your belly with all of that white light. And then on your next exhale, breathing out through your mouth or your nose, releasing the rest and letting it all. Breathing in again through your nose, filling your body with bright white light, breathing it in deeply. And then exhaling to release the rest, letting it all go. And one more time, breathing in through your nose, filling your body with bright white light, breathing it in deeply. And then exhaling to release the rest, letting it all go. Good, and I want you to continue to breathe deeply. And as you do so, we're going to set the intention to release any chatter from your mind, any thoughts, worries, or fears, doubts. Just letting them all go as you continue to breathe deeply, knowing that there's nowhere else that you need to be. You allow your body to relax more and more into the chair that you're sitting on. You begin to feel the weight of your body resting against the chair, your feet firmly planted on the floor, or at least feeling your feet and the weight of them grounding you down to this earth plane and into this present moment. And as you continue to relax more and more, your mind begins to become more and more open, more and more receptive and more relaxed. Continuing to breathe, you feel your heart rate slowing down, you feel your breath deepening, and you feel your muscles moving into the chair. You're going to stay in this place as long as you need. And when you feel like your mind is open and clear and relaxed, you're going to take a moment and you're going to open your eyes. And you put your pen to the page, or you put your hands on the keyboard in front of you, and you're just going to begin to write, allowing your hands to flow across the page or across the keyboard, letting it all flow out of you. Letting everything come through now. I'm going to give you a few moments to be in this place. Beautiful. And if you feel like you need more time to write, feel free to pause this video. But if you feel complete, and have you put your pen down and take a moment to reflect on what you wrote about. And what I will say about this exercise is it can be really enlightening and can really free up any blocks or resistances towards messages that have been wanting to come through from your guides. And sometimes all we need is like the right tool or the right practice. And once we have it, like this one, we're good. We can use this and repeat this exercise over and over as long as we want to. I have many clients who are further along, advanced on their journey. They still do this exercise. I still do this exercise. And really, the possibilities are limitless for what you can ask your guides about. So feel free to let us know below in the comments if this practice worked for you. I can't wait to hear from you. If you haven't already, make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel for more helpful content just like this video. And otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day. Try this again with a new question, see what happens, and I will see you next week for next week's video.